1 minute. Gotcha. Okay, that's good. What's that? Yeah, we got it. All taken care of. All right, so pull that down. We got it. We got hooked up to our hotspot. Started working. Thank you, though. All right, those of you watching on YouTube, we're live. Seconds. Welcome back to the Grand Rapids High School. It's high school football season again. The Grand Rapids Thunderhawks taking on the Pine City Dragons tonight. First meeting between these two teams since 2016. It's been a while, but Pine City, they're part of that new Northeast division. They're in that white subdivision with Pequot Lakes, Mora, Proctor, Hibbing, Escode, and Two Harbors. Rapids is in the red, and they got a tough subdivision. They're number 7 in the preseason rankings. North Branch, number 9. Hermantown, 15. Cloquet, number 20. Plus Duluth East, Rockridge, and Duluth Denfeld. Also in that red subdivision. It's going to be an interesting season. Grand Rapids coming off an 8-0 regular season last year. And then Cloquet came to town in the playoffs. 42-15, Cloquet win. Just a crazy game. Not at all what anybody expected. Grand Rapids graduating a ton of seniors, but it's still the same well-coached, well-oiled Thunderhawk machine. They're out here in their black jerseys, black top, black pants, black helmet, orange trim, orange numbers, orange wings on the helmet. Taking on the Pine City Dragons, white top, black pants, green numbers in trim. And they're ready to kick off. Pine City is. That means Coach Gunderson's elite forces are heading out on the field. Number 12, Jamin Freilich back to receive this kick. And your 2023 high school football season is underway. Kick taken by the up man at the 30. Gets out to about the 37 before he's dropped. That was number 11, Jackson Rabbers. Grand Rapids will start 1st and 10 at the 38. We'll call it the 38-yard line. Short kickoff there, Joe.
Short kickoff, the first one of the game, first one of the season. Can't expect too much, just trying to get your bearings and get things set. So they're going to start the tempo early and see what they can start with the game here, their first one of the season.
So a brand new starting quarterback this year for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. Devin Kinkle back there to take the snap. Jake Trombley lined up behind him. The pitch goes out to Douglas Jesperson. He's around the left side. He's got a nice little lane. 12-yard pickup there for Jesperson. Be all brand new skill position players for Grand Rapids except for fullback Jake Trombley. Everybody else graduated last year, and they had quite an incredible run. It's a good senior year for a lot of those guys. Now it's a whole new group of guys, and it started out real well. Although it's coming back. Holding on Grand Rapids. So that'll take erase a 12-yard gain, and it will make it. See if they call it a spot foul or right from the line of scrimmage. So it will be 1st and 20 from the 28-yard line. So not the way Grand Rapids wanted to go on their first play.
This is going to be the tough part for them, getting the rhythm of the game. First snap, everyone's got jitters. Hopefully get it out early and not make it a routine and part of their game.
Well, Rapids plays a very ball control style of offense. They definitely don't want to be behind the chains on early downs like this, but we'll see what the coaches draw up here. Kinkle under center. Rapids will use that start-stop motion quite often, and they can get that defensive line to jump. So they just got 5 yards back on a encroachment penalty on the defense. The refs will march off 5 yards, and that'll make it 1st and 15. So we're just kind of walking back and forth here to start the game. 0-0 right now. Kinkle lines up under center. Trombley behind him in the backfield. Oh, they got him again. Same guy on that Pine City defense jumped twice in a row, and we're back to 1st and 10. So, they're calling that one on Grand Rapids. It is a false start on the Thunderhawks, Joe, so we went back 5 more yards. This is what we're doing tonight, I guess. We're just going back and forth.
Well, game of football is a back and forth, and this is not the way you want to play it, though.
Those of you listening on the radio, if you want a live action of the game, go to the KOZY Sports YouTube channel. We're live streaming. You can still hear our voices, which is the important part, but you'll also be able to see the game. 11:05 left in this first quarter. That has amounted to negative 10 yards in penalties. There's Trombley up the middle. Stopped nicely by, he kept going. Man, that guy does not go down on the first hit. 6-yard gain for Jake Trombley right up the middle. He was stopped after 2. He pushed forward for another 4.
And that's what they need right there to get a little of the mind games out of the way of the penalties and hard romp the middle and show the rest of the team, just get into it and play hard.
Big thank you to Dan O back in the studio, running the board for us. Kinkle under center. Douglas Jesperson in motion. He comes back and stops. Kinkle takes the snap. Second man through is Kinkle. He follows Christensen through. Only picks up a couple, though. Played nicely there by the Pine City linebackers. They did not bite on that fullback dive, Joe.
They know that the Rapids is probably going to run pretty hard on it up the middle, so they're going to try to do everything they can to probably hit those gaps and try to shorten up all those runs as much as possible.
So a couple more yards there brings up a 3rd and 13 on this season opening drive for Grand Rapids. Those of you who've been listening to Grand Rapids football, watching, following along, sitting in the stands, know the team isn't really a team that likes to throw the ball a lot. But when they do, they've got some good plays. We'll see what they draw up here on their first 3rd and long of the season. Kinkle back to pass. Little middle screen. That's to Morgan McLeod Carlson, who breaks to the left. He's down the sideline all the way to the 36. yards from Devin Kinkle to Morgan McLeod Carlson. Great job. They love that middle screen to the wide receiver, Joe.
That is going to be a big play. They're going to set up those screens. They're going to make sure that they can get something through the middle, and they're showing Pine City that they're not just a running team, that if they want to put it in the air, they're going to have their way.
Well, and when you can run block as well as Rapids does, when you can run that middle screen and get your linemen out front, good things happen for you. Kinkle hands it off to the fullback. That's Jake Trombley pounding up the middle for 5. No one touched him until 4, and then took a couple of dragons to bring him down. This is more Rapids football now. 2nd and 5. Get ahead of those sticks on 2nd down, and then your whole playbook opens up.
Rapids showing they want to be the more physical team right now. They got the size, they got the athleticism. They're going to try and show that they're the better football team from the get-go.
Well, They also have the sheer numbers. As you heard in the pregame interview, almost 100 kids came out for Rapids football this year. Jake Trombley again up the middle. That's a first down on a 7-yard burst.
And the numbers, too, is going to be big, especially when you go playing both sides of the ball. You're going to get exhausted, so that's where the discipline of playing smart football. So getting those jitters of walking back and forth with those penalties, that's where it's going to play.
Early season, too. It's hot out there tonight, Joe.
Yeah, it was warm. Happy we're inside and building. Those kids down there are going to get pretty warm.
Kinkle lines up behind center. We got 1st and 10 from the 29. Little motion. Counter play to Jesperson. He cuts it to the left. He's outside. No one's going to touch him. First touchdown of the year. 29-yard run by Douglas Jesperson. Put it in the record books. First touchdown of 2023 goes to Douglas Jesperson, the junior. Nice counter play by Grand Rapids as they end their first drive with 6.
Jesperson already racked up 2 big runs, so he's already got about 40 yards on the ground and a touchdown in the first few minutes of the game. Nice. This is where they want to establish their dominance, and they're going to keep this up as long as they can.
Owen Racine is out to attempt the extra point at some point today. We should see Riley Toivonen attempt an extra point. She's the first female player on Grand Rapids varsity football. But this one is the Rapids soccer star, Owen Racine. He drills it through to make it 7-0 Grand Rapids. We're going to send it back to the studio for a couple minutes. You're listening to Thunderhawk Football on 93.1 1320 KOZY.
In clear.
And thank you. 1, 2. Okay. So we're on a timeout, so if you can put up the SNS Meets one. If you're listening, people from SNS Meets, we're getting your logo up there. We're learning. We got you back, though. There it is. If you're still listening on YouTube, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. SNS Meets got the best brats in the Northland.
The SNS Meets just got the meats.
Yeah. Just go there and get the brats.
Steaks.
Oh, steaks too, but yeah. I mean, come on. You could eat a different flavor of brat and not eat the same brat for 19 years.
This is true.
I think that might not be accurate, but it's close.
You're going to, yeah.
60 seconds.
Who's number 33?
For
us.
Jesperson.
Oh, so he's even got, oh, that's right, I tried. That's up here.
Okay.
Okay, probably.
$30 seconds. All right, we'll do 90 next time. We're just missing the kickoff here. Ooh, that's a pooch. That bounces. Oh, the ball is loose.
Nope, Pine City with the ball still. They remain in control.
Welcome back to the kickoff after the Grand Rapids touchdown. Grand Rapids punched it just a little bit short. It bounced. Pine City had trouble getting it. There was a mad pile up for the ball. Pine City able to get the ball, though. They're going to have first down from the 28-yard line. Grand Rapids leading 7-0 on the strength of a Douglas Jesperson touchdown run just a minute ago. Pine City, blown up in the backfield by number 45. That was Sam Dick, the Grand Rapids safety, came on a run blitz.
And now they started on the offense side. Now they're going to defense, and they're starting strong again. They want to show dominance the entire game. They don't want to let up. Part of it is first game jitters, but starting the season strong already.
3-yard loss, and it was just a absolutely clean, hard, open field tackle to set the tone for this Thunderhawk defense. Austin Wiener is the Pine City quarterback. He lines up under center T formation, 3 running backs behind him. Nobody split out wide. That's a handoff up the middle. Dive by the fullback. That's number 15. I don't have a number 15. Number 16, Evan Dunes. Couple yards got back on that one. That'll bring up 3rd and 11, though.
And this is the big one. They know that they're probably expecting pass, so they're already stuffing up the run. Now what could they see can do in the backfield and see if they can just end this on a quick 3 and out.
Pine City comes back out in that T formation. If they're going to pass, a little counter play back across. What a tackle in the backfield. The entire Grand Rapids defensive line was there, led by Jake Trombley from the linebacker position. Great arm tackle in the background. That is a 2-yard loss on 3rd and 11. It'll bring up 4th and 13 for Pine City.
Yep, they didn't get any yards. They tried that T formation just to try their strength of those options, but unfortunately Grand Rapids snuffed it out on them, and they got nowhere.
Looks like Austin Wiener is their punter as well. Number 19, Morgan McLeod Carlson is back to receive this punt. Ooh, good pressure from the Elite Forces. McLeod comes up on his side of the 50, gets it up to about the 41. About an 8-yard return there on a very short punt. Grand Rapids is going to take over. 1st down and 10 from the 41. We're going to keep it right here as the Grand Rapids offense already getting out on the field. We saw Devin Kinkle play quarterback a couple times last year in some mop-up duty. Always played very well. Just runs this Grand Rapids offense very, very nicely. This kind of a read option type of offense. He's got a good burst when he does run the ball. He can throw it when needed. He lines up right now with Jake Trombley behind him. Kinkle with the snap, hands it off to Trombley right up the middle. Trombley picks up 6 hard yards up the middle. This Pine City defense trying to arm tackle Jake Trombley around the waist. They're going to have a long day if that's their strategy.
That's what we've been noticing, is that they're not trying to tackle the body. They're trying to just wrap them up a little bit and hope that they come down. And Grand Rapids is a physical team, and Trombley is a big guy. They're not going to just take him down with their arms.
He's 6'3", 195. He's not your prototypical fullback body type, but he runs the ball so well right up the middle. Another handoff to Trombley. He's got the 1st down and then a couple more. He keeps pushing the pile for 8 more yards. That'll be 1st down and 10 for the Thunderhawks. They're going to spot the ball at about the 20. The ref's not going to put the ball down. There we go. We're going to call it the 27.
Yeah.
From the 27, 1st and 10. 4 minutes, 54 seconds left in the first quarter. Grand Rapids up 7-0 in this home opener on the 2023 season. Driving again, Devin Kinkle with the snap. He drops back to pass. Pressure from behind him.
Loses the ball.
That might be a fumble. Let's see what the refs call it. Can't tell if that arm was moving forward or not, but Kinkle got blasted from the blind side just as he started his throwing motion. Let's see what the refs call it here. Calling it an incomplete pass, saying the arm was moving forward. Can't argue with that call at all. It was a bang-bang play. He was definitely starting the throwing motion. The ball did kind of come out sideways, a little forward, so.
Yeah, he got hit pretty fast. Everything was going in motion. Luckily for Grand Rapids, the refs agreed with that he was going forward with it, so they get another try to see if they get 1st down or a touchdown off of this.
It was a nice blitz off the edge there by Evan Dones, who just went right around the Rapids offensive tackle. 2nd down here, hand off to Trombley up the middle. He's going. Nobody's taking him down. That's a 13-yard run on 2nd down. That will bring up 1st down. Ref spotting the ball at the 13. Rapids can get one more 1st down here. Kinkle back under center. Trombley right behind him. Marcus Thiel split to the right. He goes in motion. Handoff to Trombley straight up the middle. Another hard run by Trombley. He picks up 6 more yards right up the gut.
This is going to be Grand Rapids plan all night. They're going to give it to Trombley, who's just going to be a train all night. He might not be picking up 10, 15 yards a run, but he's going to wear down that middle on those halfback dives and pick up 4 or 5 yards for most attempts.
You start to get those linebackers to pinch in to stop him too, and then Rapids runs those counters and those pitches to the edge, and that's where the big chunks come. Kinkle under center. Rapids runs that start-stop motion. Number 12, Jamin Freilich, was in motion that time. Handoff not to Kinkle, or not to Trombley. Kinkle takes it right up the middle for a 6-yard touchdown. Nice fake hand off to Trombley. The entire defense went to Jake. Kinkle ran right behind him. No one touched him on the way to a 13-0 lead for Grand Rapids. And here she is. It's Riley Toivonen heading out to attempt her first extra point. Former Grand Rapids soccer player said, you know what? My dad played football. I'm better than him. I can go out here and do this. She lines up for the first extra point of her career. Low snap, bobbled by Kinkle. Oh, no. Kinkle falls on it, never able to get the ball down, though. That'll go down as not an attempt. So she has not attempted her first extra point yet, but she still significantly has had a better career than John Toivonen at Grand Rapids football. John Toivonen doing the PA tonight. Not sure if he can hear me.
She's still kicking 100.
Yes. That's probably a good thing. Hey, let's kick it back to the studio for 90 seconds. You're listening to Grand Rapids Thunderhawks football. They're up 13-0 on the Pine City Dragons with 3:21 left in the first quarter. It's 93-1, 13-20. KOZY. We are clear. You're starting to get into it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to get,
Yeah, no, I mean, you're doing great. I'm just saying you're starting to get into it. I can tell. You're having fun.
Well, I think it's just getting it into the motions of what I need to do. And I'm trying the best I can. I'm trying trying to get some sort of sense of all this.
Mm-hmm.
And then that way I can try and pay attention, see some things on there, and still keep the runs going.
Well, the best part is our YouTube audience. They get to hear all this behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they get to hear how perfect your hair is right now.
They get to
how good you look in light purple. My goodness, son. That one goes out to Joe's wife.
She thanks you and appreciates you.
Yes. Maybe we'll do 60 next time. Jeez. I'm not guessing right here, Dano. Those of you watching on YouTube, a little 4-yard kick return there. Grand Rapids up 13-0 here in the first quarter. Handoff up the middle, 2-yard run there for Pine City.
Pine City not being very physical up front. They're trying to create some separation and push the Grand Rapids defensive line back.
Welcome back to the Grand Rapids High School. Grand Rapids up 13-0. We just missed the first play of this drive, 2-yard run. If you're watching on YouTube, you heard it though. You know what's going on. 2nd down and 8 here for the Pine City Dragons, trailing 13-0 here in the opener of the 2023 high school football season. Takes the snap, hands it off. About 2 yards for the halfback there. Look like number 19, James Noreen with the run. We've got a 3rd down and 8 coming up. So far, Pine City's run every play out of that T formation. You know, looking at their roster, they don't have a wide receiver on their roster. It's all tight ends and running backs, so probably not a team built to come from behind. It's like Pine City is taking a timeout here. Let's go ahead and take it with them. We'll send it back for 60. You're listening to Thunderhawk Football on 93.1 1320 KOZY. Thanks. We are clear.
Thought you were going to do 30-second timeouts.
What's that?
Thought you were going to do 30-second timeouts.
Well, I did 90 last time.
Oh.
But that was between. But I think if we do 60 here while they're doing a timeout, I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good. Hey, Dano, if you get any updates from the other games we have on, type them to me. I'll make sure to read them off. Welcome back to Grand Rapids at the high school, where the Thunderhawks lead the Pine City Dragons 13-0. 1:57 left in the first quarter here in this opening game of the 2023 season. Pine City just using their first timeout of the half. They're facing a 3rd and 8, Joe, and they're not a team built to throw the ball. They don't have a single wide receiver on their team. They're running everything out of a T formation. I'm guessing they don't want to be behind the sticks like this on 3rd down.
Nope, they're not a team built for a lot of power running. They're built for a lot of options, which is exactly they're doing here. They have a lot of lead blockers, but unfortunately, just like this play, they didn't get anywhere. They just can't get power through that line.
A 1-yard run. Jake Trombley comes up from the linebacker spot to stuff the running back in the hole. That'll bring up a 4th and 7 and bring out the punting unit again for Pine City, which means another look at Coach Gunderson's Elite Forces special teams. Joe, this is your first real look at the Elite Forces. Are you impressed?
Starting to. They had a little rocky start, but once they calm down a little bit and they know exactly what they're doing, they're starting to live up to their name.
Snap back to Wiener, the punter. Brought in at the 40. That's Jamin Freilich. He bounces it to the outside. He's cut up the middle. Just dropped. Nice return. 26-yard return by Jamin Freilich. That sets up Grand Rapids nicely. It'll be 1st down and 10 from the 31-yard line.
And that's just it with the Grand Rapids team right now. They don't necessarily have to create lanes. They're just good at moving bodies around, so we got a good return just being led by some of his other blockers.
Big thank you out to Grand Rapids Public Utilities, Ray Sport and Marine, Nooches in the Corner, CarQuest, Lake Country Power, Northland Star Co-op, and Grand Rapids State Bank. Some of the great sponsors that allow us to be here so that you can watch and hear the Grand Rapids High School action. If you don't know, we're also on our YouTube channel right now, KOZY Sports. You can watch the live stream of the game. Flag on Grand Rapids on 1st down. No play. Rapids did that start-stop, but they did not get the running back completely stopped on that one. So it'll be 1st and 15. Devin Kinkle coming over to get the play. Grand Rapids Dental Care, First National Agency of Coleraine, and M&H Convenience Store. Also sponsoring this game tonight and all Rapids football games, fall sports actually, this year. 1st down and 15, Kinkle under center. Another flag.
Yep, it's their tight end. Just little movements, a little too early, trying to guess the cadence of the ball, and he's just ahead of the quarterback.
Another false start here. This will bring up 1st and 20, reminiscent of that first drive. I don't know if you've had a chance to talk with Coach Spawn at all, Joe, but one thing he does not enjoy is penalties.
Well, penalties are going to just kill that rhythm. They're going to knock things down, and it's all a mental game. If you can't get set from the get-go, if you can't get it start from the beginning, and it doesn't matter what play you run, you're just not going to get anywhere.
1 minute, 1 second on the clock, please. Okay. 1 minute, 1 second. Got it. Thank you.
Coach K, the Grand Rapids defensive coordinator, with the clock correction. 1 minute, 1 second left on the scoreboard here in the first quarter. 13-0 Grand Rapids. Handoff, Jake Trombley, kept by Kinkle. Able to get through, pick up about 5 yards of those penalty yards back. He does such a nice job on that fullback dive. He actually fooled me that time. I thought he handed it to Trombley.
And that's what to expect. That's where we're going to get that. They're going to get that rhythm. They're going to make you bite every single time, like you said earlier. Now this time Kegel just decided to hold on. Didn't get a lot, but he gets them back in the game, gets some yardage to hopefully chip down at what they lost.
2nd and 15 now for Grand Rapids. Kinkle again keeps it. This time, nice job by the Pine City outside linebacker, number 23. That was Tucker Johnson. He stayed at home, didn't bite on that fullback fake. Kinkle not able to pick up any yards on that keeper. That'll actually run it down here in the first quarter at the end of 1. It's 13-0 Grand Rapids. We'll send it back to the studio. You're listening to Thunderhawk Football on 93.1 1320 KOZY. Thank you.
What are we on between quarters?
We'll do 90. You can still just do the timeout sponsor.
Okay.
Nothing special. And then we'll go to Hibbing Chrysler Center for second quarter. $30 seconds. Those of you watching on YouTube right now, we love you. You're amazing.
Thanks for being part of the team.
You're behind the scenes right now. And technically on YouTube, we're not governed by the radio broadcasting rules. So I could say welcome back to the Grand Rapids High School. Beginning of the second quarter, Grand Rapids up 13-0. 3rd and 10. It's a pitch out wide. There's nobody there. McLeod Thompson with another 31-yard touchdown run around the left side. He had to make one guy miss, and it wasn't even fair. Grand Rapids goes up 19-0. Right at the beginning of the second quarter, 11:52 left on the clock. Looks like Rapids is keeping their offense out. Nope, they are going to call on the kicker. It is Riley Toivonen. She'll get her second chance at a first attempt. Joe, you don't often get a second chance to make a first impression, but Riley Toivonen does here.
And she does, and she's going to take full advantage of this.
Absolutely. Those of you who maybe missed it earlier, Grand Rapids' first female varsity football player was out to take her first extra point attempt, and the snap was bobbled. No attempted kick. But here she goes. Looks like a quick timeout on the field here. We'll keep it here. Looks like Rapids only had 10 guys out with their elite forces. That's less than elite. Whatever is a notch below elite, that's what it is.
Sub-elite.
Grand Rapids Thunderhawks, of course, coming off that 8-0 regular season, just steamrolled through the last few games, and then Cloquet came to town, and it was a heartbreaker. All right, Rapids is lined up now. Riley Toivonen checks. She takes her steps back. The snap is good. The kick is up. It's good. First points ever scored by a female football player in Grand Rapids high school history. Riley Toivonen 1 point, John Toivonen 0.
And just like that, she established herself as
So
place kicker for Grand Rapids Thunderhawks.
20-0 now. We'll go ahead and kick it back to the studio for 30 seconds. You're listening to Thunderhawk Football, 93-1, 1320, KOZY. Clear. Let's see. Do you want to just note on there at 11:52, Riley's first? That can be a highlight that we do.
52 of the
I forgot to
second
mention that. Maybe,
quarter. One PAT.
yeah.
Second quarter.
And then maybe we could do McLeod Thompson's second. Yeah, that was about the same time. Welcome back to the Grand Rapids High School field. I totally missed our go call, so you heard some behind-the-scenes stuff. Grand Rapids getting ready to kick off, up 20-0 here in the second quarter. It's a short kick taken in by Pine City. He's got nowhere to go. 2-yard kick return all the way to the 30-yard line. Great tackling downfield by Coach Gunderson's elite forces. 11:48 left here in the second quarter. Grand Rapids up 20-0. Northland Portables, Itasca Economic Development Corporation, Bender's Super One Foods, 3-month Sun Photography, Roth RV and Marine. Some of our great sponsors bringing you Grand Rapids fall sports this year. Pine City quarterback Austin Wiener behind center. The Dragons in the T formation. Handoff right up the middle to the fullback. He picks up about 2.
Dragons tried a little bit of finesse, trying to go around the ends with a little bit of their T formation. Couldn't find anything, so they tried up the middle. A little bit more success, but they just don't have the offensive line that's pushing around the defensive line. Grand Rapids defensive line just a little too physical.
Yeah, this Grand Rapids defensive line, they're big, they're strong, they're experienced. They don't move easy, and then right behind them is a linebacking core that flies all over the field, led by Jake Trombley. Second down here for Pine City. It's a play-action pass. Nobody is open. The quarterback is sacked. He flips it forward. Underhand. They're going to call it an incomplete pass. And they will say he's outside of the tackle box, so no intentional grounding on that. It was a good play action. They definitely got the defensive line to bite on it, but looking down the field, Joe, Grand Rapids had incredible coverage on every tight end that came out. Nobody was open.
Right now, the Grand Rapids defense is playing the smarter ball. They just know where they're going with that T formation, even when it's been nothing but runs. In the first quarter, they tried their first pass, and they just shut them down. They got nowhere to go.
10:56 here left in the second quarter. Grand Rapids up 20-0. Pine City with a 3rd and 8 from the 30.5-yard line. It's a handoff to the left, swarmed. There was exactly 11 Grand Rapids defenders at the ball after 2 yards, and it brings up a 4th and 6. Joe, every Rapids defender was within 2 yards of that ball carrier.
Dragons tried a little bit of a trickery, and they just tried a quick snap as soon as they got to the line. But Grand Rapids is just ready. Again, they're just playing discipline. They're playing smart. You're going to have a tough time getting through that defensive line.
Pine City lined up to punt. Jamin Freilich, the lone Grand Rapids returner. He had a nice return earlier in the game. High snap, gets the punt away. Little squib kick to the left, out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the, should be right around midfield. They're going to call it the 48 of Grand Rapids. And the offense will come out now, 1st and 10 from the 48, leading 20-0. 10.5 minutes left in the first half.
Well, this is the game that Grand Rapids wants to play. They're showing dominance on the defensive side, not allowing any yards even off the pass. And they're coming on offense, and they're going to show that they're going to be able to score any which way they want to.
Grand Rapids Chiropractic brings you this game along with the Grand Itasca Clinic and Hospital, the official sports medicine provider for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. Mr. Furness, Dairy Queen, Itasca County Public Health, Arrow Embroidery, and Essentia Health. Also, thank you for your sponsorship of Grand Rapids Fall Athletics. Kinkle under center. He fakes the pitch. Wide open is the receiver. That's Jake Trombley down the left side, all the way inside the 20. That's a 34-yard fullback out.
Yeah, and Trombley showing that he is not just a runner; he can catch too. And he's gonna take that ball any which way he can, and he's gonna show that he's just a hard one to tackle whenever he has it in his hands.
They faked the pitch to the right side of the offense. Trombley just leaked out from the fullback position, and nobody went with him, although illegal block in the back called on that one. See where they mark it from. Looks like the penalty happened at about the 30-yard line. Nope, at the 37. So they'll bring it back 7 yards. So it'll be, so officially 5 positive yards for Grand Rapids there after the penalty. It'll be 1st and 10. They haven't reset the yard markers yet, but the scoreboard, well, 1st and 6, yeah. So 1st and 6 after all that. Second big play that Grand Rapids had wiped out because of a penalty. Ooh, another fake pitch. Kinkle around to the outside. Wide open down the field. Oh, what a catch by Morgan McLeod Carlson. He goes in for a 47-yard touchdown from Devin Kinkle. He went up high for that, got his feet underneath him, and ran the last 8 yards. Who said Grand Rapids wasn't a passing team?
I never said that. I said that they'll run first and then they'll show a pass on you.
Actually, I said they weren't a passing team. Yeah,
Okay.
totally my fault. Okay. What a pass by Devin Kinkle to make it 26-0 Grand Rapids.
Kinkle took a chance on that one. He had a couple of people he could have passed to the outside, but he wanted to pass it up the field. McLeod just decided to haul that one in with an amazing catch and brings it in for the touchdown.
Owen Racine out to attempt the extra point. He boots it through to make it 27-0 Grand Rapids with 10:09 left in the first half. Let's send it back to the studio. Grand Rapids football, 93-1, 13-20, KOZY. Thank you. That's a pretty good touchdown call.
Yeah.
You want to write the time down on that one, too? Just so I have a couple things to talk about in post-game.
Number? You got there out there.
Oh, 10:09.
So I've been worth keeping defense anymore because it's just 3 and outs, 3 and outs, 3 and outs.
30 seconds left.
All right. So let's go to a second page for offense.
Five seconds. Welcome back to the Grand Rapids High School. The Thunderhawks leading 27-0 over the Pine City Dragons. 47-yard touchdown pass just now from Devin Kinkle to Morgan McLeod Carlson. Great play downfield by McLeod Carlson to go up for that ball, get his feet underneath him, and run the rest of the way in for that touchdown. Rapids Elite Forces are out to kick off. And the kick is away. It's a low line drive kick picked up on a bounce at the 20-yard line by Pine City. Out to the 32. That was Evan Dones. Grand Rapids defense heading back out on the field. So far pitching a shutout. They haven't even given up a first down yet, Joe.
Yeah, this is where the size and the speed of the Grand Rapids defense is just dominating and taking everything away from the Dragons. They're trying everything in the playbook and just nothing is happening.
Handoff up the middle. About 3 yards there for the up back. You know, if there was a weakness to the Grand Rapids defense last year, it was running backs running down the field on pass routes. And if you saw number 18 right there, Braxton Peets for Pine City, he went in motion behind the quarterback, and nobody went with him. There was no Thunderhawks defenders on this side of the field. If that's something Pine City saw, that might be something that we see them do. Second down here, false start by the Pine City offensive tackle. You know, sometimes you wonder who the penalty's on, and then sometimes the offensive tackle's 7 yards downfield and the rest of the offensive line hasn't moved.
And that's about right. It's a good thing that when I played football, I was slow playing offensive tackle, so if I was offsides, I was on time.
I love it. 9:26 left here in the first half. 27-0 Grand Rapids.
Yep, and this is where the Dragons want to try those running backs on an out route and up the field. This is the time to do it. Try to get something on the scoreboard before the half.
Running back up the middle goes nowhere. It's going to be 3rd and 13 for Pine City. Rapids looking for another 3 and out on defense.
Right now, Grand Rapids doesn't have to do too much on defense. They're not sitting back, but they don't have to get too aggressive. Defensive line's playing solid. Inside linebackers are filling up the gaps, and then the safeties are left just to make sure that there's no surprises down the field.
It's been solid tackling from Grand Rapids. They haven't missed a tackle yet today. Handoff up the middle for Pine City. Running back dances in the hole, nowhere to go. 2-yard pickup on 3rd and 13. That's going to make it 4th down and 11. And Pine City's going to punt again.
You know, with your Pine City, what do you do now? Where do you take this first half? When you go into halftime here, what do you tell your team and what do you come up with to try to at least make it competitive?
Morgan McLeod, Carlson, Jamin Freilich back to return this punt for Grand Rapids. It's a good question, Joe. You don't go away from your identity. It's the first game of the year. You still got to build on that. But at some point, you got to give your kids a little confidence to get a first down, right? You got to try something different to just.
Right. This is the first game of the season. It's going to set the motion for the rest of the season. You can come back from this, but it's going to be a tough road.
False start there on Pine City on the punt. That'll make it 4th and 15, and we'll be punting from the 28 instead of the 33.
That was their edge rusher, number 13, down on the field there. He just jumped a little too early.
It's probably a good thing, though, because that punt snap was low and went right past the punter.
They called that the Bob Ross happy little accident.
Oh, that's blocked by Grand Rapids. Picked it up at the 9. Number 15, who else? Jake Trombley with the recovery. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Grand Rapids at the 9. They've been so close on every punt so far, and that time they got home.
And that's just their speed coming off the edge that the Pine City just doesn't know how to handle when it's those edge rushers and keep them outside instead of letting them come on through the inside and block that punt. And that was many Thunderhawks blocking that punt. That wasn't just one.
You can tell Jake Trombley is a player that plays on both sides of the ball and touches the ball a lot because he didn't even try to pick it up and run. If he was strictly a defensive player, he'd have done everything he could to return that for a touchdown.
Yep, he would want that. That's where his history of playing the game comes in.
Kinkle under center. It's end around to number 12. That's Jamin Freilich all the way in for the touchdown. Spin move at the goal line. Why not? Hit the left stick, kid. It's 33-0. Grand Rapids rolling here in the first half over the Pine City Dragons. 7:45 left on the clock. Riley Toivonen out to attempt the extra point. The kick is up and through. 2 for 2 now. Extra points. Riley Toivonen, 34-0. Grand Rapids over Pine City. 7:45 left in the first half. Let's send it back to the studio. This is Thunderhawk football. 93-1, 13-20. KLZY. We are clear. $30 seconds. Joe, if we go into running time and we get out of here early, I'm going to go buy you ice cream after the game.
I will gladly take some peppermint bonbon.
All right.
Did you know
I didn't.
about our KitchenAid? We have our own ice cream maker now.
Oh, you got the attachment?
We did.
Nice. See, now this is real behind-the-scenes stuff for our YouTube people.
We have, it's called Yellow Brick Road. It's basically just Butterfinger ice cream, and it's delicious.
I want it.
We'll have some.
5 seconds. Welcome back to the Grand Rapids High School. Grand Rapids up 34-0 over Pine City in this 2023 high school football opener underneath the lights on a Friday night. Grand Rapids getting ready to kick it off here. This game has been absolutely dominated by Grand Rapids. They've got 34 points. Pine City does not yet have 34 yards, Joe. That's a short kick. Nobody's getting it. Oh, just covered up at the last minute by Pine City at the 25-yard line. That returner let the ball bounce 3 times before he finally decided to get on it.
I think he was a little nervous from the first kickoff and didn't know how to handle that short kick, hoping that something else would happen, just letting it bounce. But unfortunately, you see what happens when you just let the ball bounce.
First and 10 for Pine City from their 26. Austin Wiener with the snap. Hands it off.
I even think the Dragons were fooled on that play. They didn't know exactly what they were doing.
No, it was a straight handoff to the fullback. One of the other running backs faked that he was getting the handoff and then seemed confused as to why he was being tackled.
He did such a good fake, he was surprised he was tackled.
It's a 1-yard loss on that fullback dive for Pine City. That'll bring up a 2nd and 11 as the clock ticks away here in the first half. 7 minutes, 10 seconds left to go. 34-0, Grand Rapids. Wiener takes the snap. Handoff up the middle. About 4 yards. Nice push by the fullback for the Dragons that time.
That's the type of game that the Dragons have to play if they're going to try and get somewhere near the Grand Rapids level. They need to get a little more physical in the middle of that line.
I was just told that our YouTube audience can see our reflection in the glass.
Ah.
So not only do they hear our voices, which by itself is, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They get to see us too.
We could open the glass.
We could, but let's just let them
Okay.
see us. Third down and 6 for Pine City. Handoff up the middle. Another nice push by the Pine City running back. Some good running on these last couple plays, but only 3 yards there, and that'll bring up another 4th down for the Dragons.
That 3 yards, they had brought the 4th down, but it's not going to matter. They're going to take this and realize they can push something up the middle. Grand Rapids is going to see it, so who's going to win the battle in the middle? If the Dragons can realize that they can keep pushing blockers up the middle, they're going to get 3 to 4 yards every single run.
I think Pine City's going to go for this, and why not? You got your first manageable 4th down. It's 4th down and 1. You haven't gotten a first down all game. You're down 34-0 on the road. Just go for it, right? They do snap it. It's to the fullback. This is going to depend on the spot. Looks like he's going to get the first down. They did give him just enough forward progress. Pine City with their first down of the game, Joe. Celebrate with the Dragons. Breathe fire, kid. That's all I got. First down and 10 now from the 37 for Pine City.
Yeah, so Pine City's going to take this, and they're going to start running with it until Grand Rapids gets a little smart on it. But take it for what it's worth, and you're going to build the momentum off it, and that's what the Dragons need right now.
Absolutely. It was a nice push by the running back on that 4th down run. Another handoff up the middle. Running back dancing in the hole. You can't do that against this Thunderhawk defense. They're too fast.
If you think we would have learned at the last set of downs that if you stuff the middle and run north and south, you're going to get yards.
Yeah. He took about 2 side steps, and by that time there were 2 Grand Rapids linebackers at the line of scrimmage to join in those defensive linemen, and there was just nothing happening for that running back. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 9 as the clock keeps ticking away here in the first half. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left. The snap by Wiener. Handoff up the middle. It's a fumble. That's down on the ground. Looks like Grand Rapids has come up with it. Who came out of there with that ball? Not sure who got that recovery, Joe, but there was a big pile up. Grand Rapids coming away with it. A little bit of momentum for Pine City, and that's done now. First down for the Thunderhawks. They're going to mark the ball at the 40-yard line. Devin Kinkle leads the offense back out on the field. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first half. 34. Kirby Puckett to 0.
Oh, now I get it.
Marv got it. Marv got it right away. Number 21, Jackson Thompson, in at fullback. He bursts up the middle for 11 yards. Rapids already starting to get some substitutes into the game. 4:15 left now. Clock ticking here in the first half. Jackson Thompson, 6'1", 200. He's going to be your backup fullback this year, Thunderhawks fans. Kinkle hands it off to Thompson again. He's not going down. 8 more yards for Jackson Thompson. Right up the middle. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 2. Got a nice job on the Puckett reference from Dano back at the studio. I'm going to do that to you every once in a while, any games I call this year. It's the way my brain works. I can't help it.
You're your own color commentary.
I'm something. 2nd down and 2 for Grand Rapids. 3:24 left here in the first half. Thunderhawks up 34-0. Kinkle takes the snap. It's a counter play to number 7. That's Marcus Steele. He's right up the middle for a touchdown. 40-0 Grand Rapids. Marcus Steele, the 5'10", 150-pound sophomore. Definition of a scat back. With the really nice 22-yard touchdown run. That'll make it 40-0. Owen Racine out for the extra point.
throw in low kick and no good.
No good by Owen Racine. 40-0 then Grand Rapids. No extra point. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first half. We're going to send it back to the studio for 60. You're listening to Thunderhawk Football, 93-1, 1320. KOZY. And we are clear. You know, as it keeps getting darker, they can see us more and more.
Yeah, I noticed as I keep going on that there I am,
Right there.
and there I don't want to be.
You look good.
Oh, man.
Yeah. If you weren't married and not a guy,
And if I had an orange shirt like you?
yeah, I'd totally consider hanging out with you if I was drunk.
And lonely?
Yeah.
Okay.
People are never going to tune into the YouTube again.
Nope.
We have 15 seconds
We
left.
have one YouTube viewer, and that's the only one we're going to get.
It's my girlfriend, too. So I'm just going to say it. It's
At least she knows. Well, she's heard me on the phone.
Welcome back to the Grand Rapids High School. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first half. Grand Rapids up 40-0. Kicking off. Little pooch kick. That one's going to bounce and bounce and bounce and bounce and finally covered up by Pine City. He did not want to run up at that ball.
Nope.
That's the second time now that same Pine City Dragons return man has hesitantly gone after the ball.
Like, he knows that he's going to get hit, unfortunately, but you got to cover that ball.
Three minutes, 10 seconds. Pine City able to get a first down on their last drive on a nice 4th-and-1 dive play. But then Rapids able to shut them down. Austin Wiener behind center. He takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. Nice 4-yard burst there. Amazing what happens when the running back doesn't dance in the hole.
When they finally decide to try to find a gap and hit through it, you're going to at least get something out of it. That's what the linebackers are doing. Linebackers are trying to spy out what those running backs are doing. That's their assignment in filling gaps. So if they can get just one running back that can get loose just for a little bit, he's going to pick up some yards.
Second down and 6 now for Pine City. That's
Ball
a fumble.
comes out.
Ball's on the ground.
Jump
It's
up,
kicked
yep.
around. Quarterback falls on it. It's going to end up being a 7-yard loss and bring up 3rd and 13. That ball kind of got kicked around and ended up right back at the quarterback's feet, Joe.
Yeah, quarterback got a little lucky that it landed only about 2 yards away from him, so he was just able to jump on it and keep it under the Dragons' control.
I think that's 5 points for Gryffindor for sheer dumb luck.
Yeah.
Third down and 14 now, 153 and counting here in the first half. Grand Rapids up 40-0. Oh, that's a little counter play, and the Grand Rapids defense was just standing there waiting for the running back. No chance that that was going anywhere. It's going to be a loss of 1. That'll bring up 4th down, 14, 90 seconds left. Grand Rapids all 3 timeouts. I don't expect them to take one here, not up 40-0.
Nope, they're just want to run out the clock. We'll get into the locker rooms, get halftime set up. No reason to drag this out any longer than they need to.
No, we should hit running time here in the second half as well. We'll get you caught up on all that, though, as well as hopefully some scores from our other games. Line drive, punt out to midfield, picked up there. Nice little return to the outside, down to about the 46. That was Morgan McLeod Carlson. Looked like he had a lane for just a second there. Nice job by the punter slash quarterback slash Mr. Do-It-All, Austin Wiener. Austin? Yeah, Austin.
Austin, yep, we'll just call him Mr. Football today.
Yes, he's Pine City's Mr. Football. Nice job, though. He had the punt, and then he raced downfield and made a nice open field tackle.
The only thing he hasn't done yet was catch his own pass.
He also hasn't been a cheerleader tonight.
Not yet either.
So there's also that. So first down here for Grand Rapids at the 46. 1 minute to go. Expect Rapids just to run their normal offense. If they happen to break one, they break one. Can't imagine them.
Looks like the Dragons took a timeout.
Oh, we'll go ahead and take it with them. Let's head back to the studio for 60. You're listening to Thunderhawk Football, 93-1 1320 KOZY. Clear. So, Dano, I think we're 2 minutes from being through all the sponsors once. So that's good because we're going to hit running time in the second half. So we'll try to knock out a whole bunch at halftime too. Do you want to grab some like cumulative stats, kind of figure out where some of the guys are? We can talk about that a little bit at halftime. I think we're going to open this window though, just because we're starting to get
some good reflection.
Too much of a reflection. Yeah. Well, sorry about that, YouTube audience. This will be a little clearer view for you guys, though. 10 seconds left. We'll be back on the radio. 5 seconds. Welcome back to Grand Rapids High School, where the Thunderhawks are up 40-0 with 1 minute left here in the first half over the Pine City Dragons. Devin Kinkle under center. It's a pitch out to Marcus Thiel. Spin move. Oh, and then he gets driven backwards. Nice open field tackle there by number 28, Jace Preston for the Pine City Dragons. They're going to give him forward progress on a 5-yard gain. It looked like he was going to have a little bit more on a spin move, but nice tackle there.
Yeah, he went. They got pushed him back a little bit, but now they're going no huddle. See what they can do here.
34 seconds left here in the first half. Kinkle with the pitch out to the left. Number 11, that's Darian Hall down the sideline. He's going to score with 20 seconds left. 46-0, Grand Rapids. Thunderhawks rolling over the Dragons. Darian Hall's first carry of the game goes for a 42-yard untouched touchdown down the left sideline. Owen Racine lines up for the extra point. He boots it through, and it's 47-0 with 19.7 seconds left. We'll send it back to the studio for 60. It's Thunderhawk Football. It's 93-1 1320 KOZY. Thank you, Dano. Seconds. $15. 10. 5. Welcome back to the Grand Rapids High School. Thunderhawks getting ready to kick off. 19 seconds left in the first half. They're up 47-0 on Pine City. High kick down to the 20, fielded by the Dragons. Return to the 31-yard line. Nice downfield tackling by Coach Gunderson's Elite Forces again. 15 seconds left here in the first half. Probably enough time for Pine City. You think they'll run a play or you think they'll kneel?
I think they'll run it up the middle just to run out the clock, just to get one more play and just to try something.
That's our first prop bet of the night. Not that we encourage gambling on high school sports. Trying my best to make Joe laugh. I just haven't broke him yet. Oh, Pine City's going to pass. He's got a receiver. Oh, the receiver was wearing black, though. Number 19, Morgan McLeod Carlson, almost had an interception. I think he was thinking touchdown before he was thinking catch.
Yep, he just wanted to get a big play out there and just couldn't bring it in.
Second down now for Pine City. 10 seconds left in the first half. They come out in that T formation. Austin Wiener with a handoff up the middle. 5-yard gain. That'll end the first half. Thunderhawks fans on your feet. 47-0 at halftime for your Grand Rapids Thunderhawks over these Pine City Dragons. We'll be back with some stats, a little bit of talk, and, of course, the Grand Rapids Band coming out and doing their amazing thing. We'll see you in just a minute on 93.1 1320 KOZY.
Do we want the larger one or the small one for the halftime?
Man, I say put the small one up so we can see the band. They always do such incredible things. 1, 2, 3. Those of you watching on YouTube, Grand Rapids setting up for their halftime show. Always entertaining to watch this from the booth. Dale Gunderson's always got these young men and women just ready to do incredible things. You having fun, man?
Getting there.
Okay. You do another one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to run down stats when we come back since you got them there?
I can cover some stats, don't have a... Oh,
Yeah.
Let's see if I can.
I just hit some of the highlights, maybe a couple of the totals.
Yeah.
60 seconds left. Thank you.
Otherwise, I go up to the pot.
10 seconds. Welcome back to the Grand Rapids High School. Hey, if you're watching us on YouTube, check out the Grand Rapids Band right now. We've got them up on camera. You can check out their incredible 2023 routine. If you're just listening on the radio, hey, turn on YouTube. Go to KOZY Sports and check out the Grand Rapids Band. We're going to run down some of the first half stats. basically it's been a domination. We got 47-0 right now, Grand Rapids. The head ref just came up, said he was going to do running time in the second half, and so this second half will go quickly for us. Joe, what do you got for stats in this first half blowout by the Thunderhawks?
We got some heavy stats. They're all really coming from that first quarter when Grand Rapids just came out to make a statement. We got Trombley about 58 rushing yards, 34 receiving yards, pretty much all coming in that first quarter. We got McLeod Carlson coming with 77 receiving yards, especially with that big touchdown pass, 47 yards. And then he's got 41 rushing yards with 2 touchdowns. We got Jepson, 41 rushing yards with the touchdown. And then we have the last Grand Rapids player on the second half get that touchdown.
Marcus Thiel.
Thiel, 22-yard touchdown run. And then we got Hall with the 42-yard touchdown run as well. So some big plays coming in that second quarter, in the first and second quarter. So yeah, big stats. And now we're probably going to see some of the younger kids, some of the second strings coming out in the second half just to get some experience and just get them out there and see how they run.
We came into this game wondering who was going to run with Jake Trombley in this Grand Rapids offense this year. The Grand Rapids graduating a ton of seniors at skill positions last year, and so far it's been balanced, and everybody's done well. You can hear the band in the background. If you're not watching on YouTube, you gotta. This is incredible.
Yeah.
If I just stop talking, it's because I'm in awe, because they are just an amazing, amazing band. They're rocking the blue and pink jackets. Just looking good out there.
A lot of top
Sounding
hats.
good. Just amazing stuff. Love it. Crosby Ironton is up 21-0 on Deer River at the half. That one's a surprise. Deer River, they had a dominant year last year, all the way to the state tournament. So that one's definitely a surprise. Haven't gotten an update yet on that GNK game. If we get one, we'll let you know what the score of that is as well. But here, we've got 47-0 Grand Rapids. I think here's the stat that impresses me the most from the first half. 1 first down for Pine City.
1 first down, and that came from them actually running the ball up the middle.
On a 4th down.
Having their way with the middle of that defensive line and showing if you can hammer through and hammer down, you're going to get some yards.
Just got the update. Mille Lacs is up 12-0 on GNK at the half. So, other 2 games going on, both teams being shut out. So keep it here. It's 47-0 Grand Rapids, so just keep listening, keep watching here. Like I said, hopefully you're watching on YouTube right now because this Grand Rapids band is absolutely incredible. We got about 6.5 minutes left in halftime right now. They're going to take most of it to do this absolutely amazing routine that they've got going on. They get everybody out there. We won't even talk about the gun that was just dropped out there. That didn't really happen. Nobody saw it, unless he saw it, and then he didn't. Let's kick it back to the studio for 3. You're listening to Thunderhawk Football and me babble on 93.1, 1320 KOZY. They could go off if you wanted them. Yeah. We are clear.
Yeah.
So it looks like we have 9.5 minutes after this break, Dano, to get through in the second half. Should be doable, even with running time, but we'll come back. We'll chat for a minute. Let's try to grab a couple more minutes of ads this halftime, though, just to make sure that we're sitting good.
This would be officially the she could say the first time she's ever seen me. It had to be the reflection in the camera.
I told her she made you giggle. Oh yeah, if you're still listening on YouTube, we're talking about my girlfriend. So kind of forgot we're still live, but hey, it's all good. We're clean. We're just watching this Grand Rapids band do their thing. Of course, it's not just the band. It's the color guard. It's the drum line. It's everybody. "60 seconds left. 4 minutes left in halftime. That'll work. We'll come back, chat for a little bit. "30 seconds. 15 seconds. Welcome back to the Grand Rapids High School. We're still at halftime. We're still watching in awe as the Grand Rapids marching band performs this absolutely incredible routine that they've got. Boy, they've got this down, don't they?
This is amazing to watch. There's a lot of practice and a lot of choreography. Very impressive. I'm amazed by this.
So if you missed the first half of this game, let me recap it for you. It's 47-0 Grand Rapids. Riley Toivonen, first female player in Grand Rapids varsity history, has 2 points. Pine City has 1 first down. That's basically what you need to know about the first half, as Grand Rapids has absolutely dominated so far, Joe.
Toivonen has more points than the Dragons has as a football team. Now, that's something to say right there.
It is. It is. They're being outscored 2-0 by a girl.
Yes.
That's somebody just got angry with me. I don't know. I don't know.
She's kicking amazing. She's kicked some good field goals. She's got the jitters out of the way. She's gonna be a rocket during the season.
Yeah, her first kick was low and hard, and it went through, but you could tell there was some nerves there. And then the second one was just perfect. It was a nice high, true kick, and right through the upright. So hopefully she gets a chance to kick a field goal maybe at some point in this game or in the future.
Yep.
Line up for a big one and see what happens. She is the new Toivo, Dano. You are correct. Looks like the Grand Rapids band is just wrapping up. Let's send it back to the studio. We'll come back when they're playing football again. You're listening to Thunderhawk Football on 93.1 1320 KOZY. So after this now, we only have 6.5 minutes ads left, Dano. We're rocking and rolling after this break. We're rocking like our name is David Moody. That should be a song. Somebody write that. If you're listening on YouTube, somebody write a song called Rocking Like You're David Moody. I'd listen to it.
Yep, trying to come up with something smart, and I couldn't come up with anything.
60 seconds, and we'll be back on the air. Grand Rapids out warming up. You can see that if you're watching on YouTube. Pine City getting some stretching in over on their side of the field. "30 seconds, and we're back on air. Welcome back to the Grand Rapids High School. It's 47-0 Grand Rapids. Got about 90 seconds here until we take the field again. Both teams out warming up. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it. I think obviously a first half dominated by Grand Rapids, 47-0. And I think just watching the teams right now warming up, getting ready to go into the second half, you can see why. Grand Rapids had almost 100 kids come out for football this year. And every one of them is a well-coached athlete because the staff is incredible.
Yep.
Pine City, obviously a smaller school.
Yep.
They don't quite have 100 kids. They've got good athletes, but when it's this hot and when the team you're playing is this physical and this fast, bad things can happen to you.
Yep, you're going to get tired, you're going to get exhausted out there, and that's when discipline's going to go down, emotions are going to come up. So what does the Dragons do this second half of the game? What do they game plan? They knew that they can run up the middle, they can try and control the middle of on the line of scrimmage, but how much physicality do you got left when you got a team like Grand Rapids who just physically dominating the game?
Well, and you know Rapids will be rotating in some younger players. They're going to come in fresh. They're going to come in wanting to show the coaches something on film and saying, hey, you know, I want to play. I want to play more. I want time. And here's my chance to show that I deserve time while I'm out here. So you know those young guys coming in aren't going to be slouching off. In fact, they're probably going to be going harder than some of the starters did in the first half so that, you know, their football season can maybe change a little bit and they can see the field a little bit more.
If these young guys are going to be coming in, and they're going to come in with a chip on their shoulder, something to prove. But what's going to be the problem is, what are they going to do mentally? Are they going to be a little too aggressive, a little too jumpy? And our starters, that was the problem in the first half with the starters on the Thunderhawks, is they just didn't have some of the discipline right off the bat. So that's where some of these younger guys are going to have to show, not only show that they can play, but they're mentally in the game and well disciplined, that they're going to play the Grand Rapids football the way the coaching staff wants them to.
Absolutely, and it's hard to believe with Grand Rapids winning 47-0, but their first two drives were very sloppy. Lots of penalties, put them behind the chains. They were able to score points on them, but it wasn't typical disciplined Grand Rapids football right out of the gate. In fact, it was only 13-0 at the end of the first quarter.
That's where they want their special teams being called the elite.
Elite forces.
Elite forces.
Yeah.
And part of being an elite is that you're just a level above, and they didn't play a level above. So first game of the season, hopefully they work some of those jitters out, get that discipline under control, and that's where they're going to get elite forces.
Yeah, well, I think it came around in the second quarter a little bit for them. No doubt about that. Both teams getting ready to take the field here. Grand Rapids huddling up on the sideline. The head referee came up here at halftime, did let us know that he's going to have a running clock going in the second half, so we'll probably stick with it unless there's a timeout. We'll be here for the remainder. 24 minutes of clock time, should take about 24 minutes of real time. As Grand Rapids lines up, the elite forces are out to kick off. And we're getting ready to start the second half of the 2023 football season. Grand Rapids looks like they are well on their way to starting the season 1-0.
This is big. This is big. You want to start your season off strong. That way you can ride that momentum, only get better, and head down the stretch.
And the kick is off. Deep kickoff all the way to the 12-yard line, fielded by Pine City. He's downed at the 20. Another incredible open field tackle. That's something we only mentioned once in the first half, Joe. I haven't seen Grand Rapids miss a tackle yet tonight.
No, Grand Rapids is tackling the legs, tackling the body, and that's what's going to bring them down. And that's the difference between the Grand Rapids tackling, Dragons tackling. Dragons trying to tackle with their arms, and it's just not going to happen.
We've seen a couple runs by both Jake Trombley and the backup fullback, Jackson Thompson, right up the middle. Two big, strong kids, and these Dragon defenders are trying to wrap them around the midsection in the chest and pull them down that way. It's just not going to work.
Nope, all they can try to do is knock out that ball, and it's not happening.
Handoff up the middle for the Dragons on the first play of the second half. Everybody's there for Grand Rapids. Picks up about 2 yards. That looks like that was number 28, Jace Preston, with the 2-yard gain for Pine City. That'll start the clock in the second half, 10:55, and the clock will keep running unless there's a timeout on the field. Dragons quarterback Austin Wiener under center. The snap, the handoff up the middle, met in the backfield, but then he carries the defender for 4 yards. Nice job there by number 32, Daniel Milliman for the Dragons. Rapids defender met him in the backfield, Joe. He still gained 4 yards.
And that's the football that I talked about earlier that they need to continue. They have success trying to jam it up the middle, and they keep doing it. It's going to happen.
2 straight runs where the running back didn't dance in the hole. Give those Rapids linebackers a chance to come up and clean up the mess, and you see what happens. Positive yardage.
That's what they're doing.
Wiener under center. Handoff to the left. 3-yard gain for the running back. He's up close to a first down. They're going to give it to him. About 3.5 yards there on 3rd down and 3. Pine City picks up their second first down of the game, but it's the first one on this first drive of the second half. I'm not sure exactly what coaches Berger and Fort said to the team at halftime, but looks like they lit a little bit of a fire.
Yep, they needed that burst, that energy. This is the momentum of the second half.
Another hard run up the middle.
Looked like the offensive tackle jumped a little early, but they didn't call it, but still just not much of a run.
Daniel Milliman up the middle again. Looks like about 3 yards there.
So what they're doing is that the Thunderhawks or their linebackers, they're, like I said, they're eyeing the tailbacks, but they're sitting and waiting, see where they're going to go. And that's where if the Dragons just do that quick run up the middle, the linebackers are waiting for something to happen instead of being aggressive.
2nd down and 6. They gave him 4 on that. Running back goes in motion. Fullback up the middle. He's got a little bit of running room. Looks like about a 5-yard gain up the middle there. That was Daniel Milliman again. He's finding a little bit of running room here in this second half.
What you're going to find now is the Dragons are going to do the momentum of running it up the middle. They're going to control the middle, and eventually their big play is going to come from somewhere, either a pitch to the outside or a pass to the outside.
3rd down and 2. So first game of the season, you got young guys in. How much pride is on the line here with a shutout for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks?
Well, it sets the momentum. It sets the tempo for the rest of the season. Dragons with that first down, run up the middle on a halfback dive.
Another 5 yards for Milliman. That's 15 yards on his last 3 carries. Dragons are starting to get moving here a little bit. Grand Rapids with a couple of substitutions. Just keep filtering in those younger players.
This is a good game for Grand Rapids, just to try some different things and get the season going. That they knew coming into this game that anything can happen, but they know they can dominate. And now that they have, they're going to set the tempo for the team and for the season. Now they get to see different players come in.
7.5 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. 1st down and 10, Pine City. Austin Wiener back to pass across the middle, almost picked off. In and out of the hands of number 81. That was Jacob Eastman, almost with the first interception for the Thunderhawks this year. And nice job by him to jump that route. Looked like the tight end had a seam down the middle. He came across from that other safety position, stepped right in front, unable to squeeze that ball, though.
If anything that's going to happen, the Thunderhawks are going to be controlling the middle of the field. That's something that they're never, ever going to give up. That if you're going to beat the Thunderhawks at anything, don't try to do the secondary in the middle of the field.
No, too much speed, too much lateral movement there. 2nd down and 10 here for Pine City. Wiener, that was supposed to be a bootleg.
Like
it's a fumble.
Recovered by Grand Rapids.
Recovered by Grand Rapids. That was going to be a play-action bootleg. The quarterback held the ball out a little bit too long, hit that running back in the thigh pad. Ball hit the ground, picked up by the Thunderhawks. That's a turnover.
And that's tough for the Dragons because there's going to be any play that they were going to make that big play, that bootleg was going to be it. And unfortunately, they couldn't execute and caused a fumble.
6.5 minutes left and counting here. We're on a running clock here with the score 47-0 Grand Rapids. The Thunderhawks offense back out. They've got a first down at the Pine City 40. Is it still Devin Kinkle out there at quarterback? I can't quite see the number yet. Nope, it's number 5. Looks like Braden McKinney is in at quarterback. Handoff up the middle. Jackson Thompson, the backup fullback, picks up 8. Looks like Devin Kinkle's night is done. I'd say it was a pretty solid night for the senior, making his first start as a Grand Rapids quarterback.
Came in, put up some good numbers, saw some good plays. Now he gets to rest up and take what he learns from this and put it towards that next game.
When it's always good to get your backup quarterback involved. Braden McKinney is a sophomore, so he's going to be the guy after this year. He's going to be the guy for a couple years probably. Yep. And so this is a great opportunity for him to get a little bit of playing time.
Yep, they had a young squad. Oh, looks like there was a fumble, and it's the Dragons' ball.
Oh, all right. Well, we missed that. Looks like, yeah. Sorry, Jackson Thompson fumbled on that. Pine City running back up the middle. Picks up about 4.
Well, this is the chance that they can get that mistake now. They're going to. I wouldn't be surprised that after a couple of plays up the middle that the Dragons going to try that bootleg again and try something on the outside. That's where they're going to pick up all their big yards or score finally.
About 4:40 left here in the third quarter. Pine City with a second down in 5 from their own 44. Handoff to number 1 to the outside. Dances in the hole a little bit. Is able to get it north and south for about 2 yards. That was A.J. Austinson. That'll bring up a third down and about 3. 3 in a football. We'll call it 3 in a football, Joe.
3 in a football?
3 in a football. Third down and 3 plus the length of John Madden's shoe. Handoff straight up the middle. Nice burst by the fullback. He picks up 9 yards up the middle on 3rd and 3.
And that's what's going to happen. They're going to keep just doing it. That's where they're winning.
Tucker Johnson up the middle, sophomore for the Pine City Dragons with a nice burst. Got past that defensive line. Linebackers weren't there to clean it up that time. Nope, and you can tell the younger guys are getting in. They're not holding their lanes as much as the seniors, the starters were.
Yep.
And so there's some gaps there now to run through.
Yep, I'm sounding like a broken record. It's just a quick pitch or a quick dive, and that's where they're going to get the yards.
First down, broken play by Pine City. Oh, he completes the pass, but number 27 for Grand Rapids, that's Jamison Duell. Absolutely blew up the tight end, number 13, Derek Kenny. Held on to the ball. Give him credit for that. He picked up 2 yards.
He was able to get something positive. Every time it's a reception, it's good if it's not for negative yards.
It was a play-action pass, and there was a defender right in Austin Wiener's face. He threw a kind of a backwards, or he was falling backwards and threw a looping jump pass to the tight end who brought it down. But, man, Duell was waiting for him there.
Yeah, can't rely on plays like that, but good job on that QB.
Second down run in the hole. Gets up. 9-yard run there by A.J. Austinson.
Yep. Offensive line was a good job picking up those linebackers just to get those extra 3 yards out of it.
That's going to be another first down for Pine City, Joe. They're running their first plays all night in Grand Rapids territory right now.
This is unfamiliar territory, so they might give up something here, but the Thunderhawks can come back and shut them down. They've got to play a little more disciplined, and this young group can learn something from here.
First down for Pine City from the Grand Rapids 33. Austin Wiener takes the snap, hands it wide left, stuffed in the hole. No gain there that time for A.J. Austinson. He had a little bit of room on the last 2 runs to the left. Not that time. Closed up nicely by that Thunderhawks defense.
And that's what they're going to do, and they're not going to allow too much running on the outside. But it's fun to see some of these younger guys come in and finally get their snaps. When you have a big team like this, that's nice to have a little depth, but you're not going to get a lot of depth with a lot of reps coming in if you're not getting playing time.
Sugar snaps?
Oh, good sugar snaps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Play action by Austin Weiner. He's going deep. Broken up nicely at the last minute. That was number 27 for Grand Rapids back there. That was that Jamison Duell again. Nice job from the safety position. Coming up, batting that ball away from number 13, Derek Ken. It was a nice throw. It was going to be right to where he was. He's a nice, tall tight end.
Because unfortunately, they were just throwing it in the coverage too, and Grand Rapids was just able to shut it down.
30 seconds here in the third quarter. Pine City lines up. Should be the last play of the third quarter. The snap. Outside run by the quarterback, and he is destroyed in the backfield. Number 23, Ari Lampa, comes flying up from his safety position and blows up Austin Weiner in the backfield.
That's just a good job, just spying the QB, seeing what he was doing, and just tackling the legs, just bringing him down fast.
Absolutely. That will be the last play of the third quarter. We'll kick it back to the studio as the teams switch sides. You're listening to Grand Rapids Thunderhawks football, 93-1, 13-20, KOZY. All right, we'll grab a minute here, and then it'll just be 5.5 for the post game. That'll be easy.
Yeah.
We'll do 3 minutes. We'll come back, wrap up the game. You can do 2.5 and send it on home. We'll be done. Out of here. Mm-hmm. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Welcome back to the Grand Rapids High School. Beginning of the fourth quarter, Grand Rapids leading Pine City. Corey Koski to Gilbert Arenas. 47-0. For those of you who don't know, whose brains don't work like mine.
I drift in and out every once in a while.
That's fair, I do too, especially when I'm talking out loud. Pine City driving here, running their first plays in Grand Rapids territory. They've had some success running right up the middle that last play of the game. Pine City comes out in a spread formation. Nobody was on the outside covering the wide receiver. He's wide open, overthrown by Austin Weiner. Wide open, out of the slot. That was Merrick Overtomb running from the slot. Nobody went with him, Joe. You could hear the defensive coordinator for Grand Rapids in the next room losing it because he saw nobody had come out and covered that wide receiver.
Yep, they know someone didn't know their assignment, a broken coverage. The Grand Rapids sideline was trying to call a timeout, but unfortunately didn't get it in time to get set up, and Grand Rapids dodged the bullet, just being the receiver just overthrown.
They did. That was a fourth down there for Pine City, so that's a turnover on downs to Grand Rapids. That was their shot, though, and he was wide open, overthrown by about 3 yards. It was close. It was close.
They got a little excited, and they just couldn't execute on their opportunity.
All right, so Grand Rapids' offense is back out, led by Braden McKinney, the backup quarterback. It's a pitch outside to number 22, Alex Grieger. He picks up about 2 yards. Play covered up nicely by the Pine City linebacking core. I'm going to say he stepped out of bounds, only about a yard there. So second down and 9 for Grand Rapids. We're still in running time, so that clock is moving. 10:45, 47-0 Grand Rapids here in this opening week of the 2023 high school football season. Braden McKinney takes the snap, hands it off up the middle to Jackson Thompson. Oh, no, he got me again. Nice fake on the handoff. McKinney followed the fullback through the hole, picked up about 3 yards. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Thunderhawks. You know, they're just running plays to keep the clock moving here.
Dragons tried a little blitz on defense, sending their middle linebacker in, but unfortunately the fake got him, and he tackled the wrong guy to let McKinney get a couple of yards out.
Braden McKinney checking the defense, gets underneath center. The snap and the handoff up the middle. Oh, Braden McKinney kept it again. He's going down the left sideline. One guy to beat. He's knocked out at the 30-yard line. That's going to be a 24-yard run by Braden McKinney. Great job pulling that ball back out of the fullback's stomach at the last second and then following him through the hole. A burst around the outside, and only the safety for the Pine City Dragons saved a touchdown.
Yep, and right now it's the Grand Rapids doing really well running their bootlegs and running options, and they're just really taking it to the house. And right now the Dragons can't decide which guy's got the ball.
First down and 10 from the Pine City 29. McKinney under center. He takes the snap. Handoff right to the fullback. Nice job by the Pine City nose tackle. He guessed on the snap there, and he was waiting in the backfield for that handoff.
Yep, Dragons are wanting to get a little aggressive now. They're trying more blitzes. They're trying to put more people on the line just to snuff out anything they can up the middle.
8.5 minutes left in this game. Grand Rapids on their way to starting the season 1-0. Snap by McKinney, handoff up the middle. Jackson Thompson picks up about 4. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 8. Grand Rapids next in action. Of course, next Friday they're going to be at Duluth-Denfeld in their first Section 7 4A game of the year. McKinney with a pitch to the right. Played nicely by Pine City. A helmet comes off for number 3. That was Connor Keith. He ran hard to pick up about 4. Helmet-to-helmet collision out there, and Keith's helmet flew off.
Yeah, the Dragons are still not doing well on the tackling, so they're trying to wrap them up and roll them around, and fortunately that just creates just not a good situation, especially when those helmets are coming off.
7 minutes left in this game, 47-0 Grand Rapids. McKinney with a pitch to the outside. That's number 37 with his first carry of the game. Jacob Engeldinger unable to pick up the first down. Picks up a couple. It'll be a turnover on downs to the Pine City Dragons. Really, you were in a situation right there where going for it on 4th down is the only thing that made sense. It would have been a long field goal, and the only reason you would have kicked the field goal was to run up the score. You're not going to throw the ball in that situation. You might as well keep the clock moving. You run a play to the outside hoping that a guy can break it. If you don't, you go back and play defense, right?
Well, you could look at it that way. I think that it's a prime opportunity to see what your kickers can do on a field goal instead of a point for a point after.
That's true. I mean, it would have been a great time to get Riley Toivonen her first field goal attempt of the year, right?
Yep.
No pressure, just
kick the ball.
Pine City with a bootleg to the left. Austin Wiener around the edge. He's out of bounds after about a 6-yard pickup. That's the first time he's found room around the edge on that bootleg. They've tried it a few times. Grand Rapids has been there to wipe it out every time. That time able to pick up some positive yards is the Dragons quarterback. Who do you think their mother is? The mother of Dragons? Who do you...
Do you think their school is called Khaleesi?
Maybe their principal is.
Oh, very nice.
Just saying. Didn't Sammy Hagar write a song about that?
He did.
Handoff up the middle. Oh, stuffed
Tackled
nicely by Grand Rapids. Looked like the running back was going to have a little bit of room to run, but nowhere to go. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
Pine City should take a note of that and how you tackle the Grand Rapids tackler. Wrapped up his knees, and the runner just went down fast.
Tackle low, good things happen.
Yep.
Grand Rapids does a really nice job of taking legs out from running backs. 3rd down and 2. 4 minutes, 55 seconds left in this game. Handoff to the right. He's going to come up about 1.5 yards short of a 1st down, Joe.
It's going to be a yard and a football short.
Yard and a football. A yard and Nate Newton's thigh. If you grew up watching John Madden doing Thanksgiving games, you understood. If you didn't, you don't get it. I can't explain it. 4 minutes, 24 seconds left here in the game. 47-0 Grand Rapids. It's a Joey Browner goose egg game. The snap, the pitch out wide, tackled in the backfield. Wow. That was Duell again, coming flying up from that safety position on 4th down to stuff the running back for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, Dragons are waiting for something to happen, waiting for gaps to happen, and it's just not. So Grand Rapids sees that they're waiting for something to happen, be a little aggressive, and you're tackling them in the backfield. You cannot wait for something to happen. You have to make something happen.
Absolutely. So that'll bring up 2nd down, and we'll call it 13 with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left in the game. Probably not enough time for a comeback.
Can't call it a comeback.
Pitch to the out. Nope. Handoff up the middle.
Yep.
It's probably a good thing it wasn't a pitch to the outside. He had a lot of room. 2-yard run for Pine City. That'll bring the clock to just under 3 minutes. Dano back in the studio said Pine City's got Rapids right where they want them. Driving with 3 minutes left. It's been rope-a-dope this whole game so far. Wiener takes the snap, handoff to the outside. Number 20 tackled in the backfield by Jackson Dietman, number 74, getting some playing time. Nice job flying in the backfield on that play. Number 20, Sam Johnson for the Pine City Dragons. I thought it was Barry Sanders for a second, but it wasn't.
You know, Barry Sanders can make something out of juking. They're not doing anything.
That's true. That is very true. 47-0 Grand Rapids, 2 minutes, 12 seconds left in this home opener for the Thunderhawks. Counter play by the Dragons, blown up in the backfield by Duell again. That is his 4th tackle for a loss in the second half, and he seems to be moving just faster than everybody else out there right now.
Yeah, and that's the key right now. He's got the instinct. He's spying the right people. He sees when they're getting ready to make a move, and he can just play lockdown speed.
That's a turnover on downs for Grand Rapids. We're in a running clock. There's 90 seconds left. Expect Rapids to either run a couple of dive plays or take a couple of knees and go home with a 47-0 victory, Joe.
Yeah, it's a big statement. It's going to be welcoming for the weekend, right before school season starts and your first game of the season. What a way to start it.
That's a good way to walk into school Tuesday morning.
Yep, there's going to take the kneel.
Yeah, Rapids up at the line. Delay, no? Wasn't a delay of game. There was 10 seconds on the play clock. Oh, timeout by Pine City. All right, let's take it with them. 30 seconds, 93-113-20, KOZY. Thank you, sir. So those of you watching on YouTube right now, I got to say, I don't understand the timeout. Let the clock run. Go home. That was weird.
Yeah.
That seems like just a delay just to delay.
Yeah, unless there's plays that they want to get in there and try just to.
Welcome back to the Grand Rapids High School. Pine City taking a timeout with 57 seconds left in the game. 47-0 Grand Rapids. Not sure what the strategy call there was by Pine City, but you can't take the timeouts home with you, so you might as well use them, right? It's a pitch to the left to number 37. That's Jacob Engeldinger down the sideline. Tight ropes all the way down to the 12. I thought he was going to tiptoe all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, I thought he was going to dance all the way in, but the momentum got the best of him.
23-yard burst around the left side by Engeldinger. Just a simple little pitch play to the left.
He had speed and was just able to cut it just a little bit and take it up the field.
20 seconds left here. Play clock is off. Looks like Grand Rapids may just,
Oh, coming back.
well, they're going to call a penalty, but clock's running. By the time they spot this ball, the game will be over. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Game over. 47-0. Grand Rapids shuts out the Pine City Dragons in dominating fashion here to open up the 2023 high school football season. We'll be back with a recap of this game in just a few minutes. Let's send it back to the studio in Dano. You're listening to 93-113-20 KOZY. Clear. All right, YouTube fans, we are going to say goodbye. It got awfully bright.
Yes, it did. That is something new.
Or should we let the YouTube fans listen to the recap? Should we keep them around for a minute?
Yeah, they can listen for a minute.
Okay. We'll let you. We love you. So, Dano, I only got 2 minutes ads left. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right. Let's see. I just need to write down. Actually, I'll put it on the score thing here. You want to just I know there's not going to be a lot of change, but come back and just kind of hit the highlights of the stats,
Sure.
some of the big scoring plays.
Yep. I
And
got
then
some of those here.
when we get out to the truck, we can record a recap real quick and email it into the studio. "30 seconds left." Dan at kozyradio.com. Uh-oh, our YouTube audience knows your email now. Welcome back to the Grand Rapids High School as the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks football team starts their 2023 season with a 47-0 domination of the Pine City Dragons. Pine City, 1 first down in the first half. They got a couple in the second half. They were able to run a little bit more up the middle in the second half. They ran some plays in Grand Rapids territory. It was a more positive second half for them than the first half was. We will definitely say that. They ended better than they started, and I guess you walk away with that as a team.
You do. The starters, or most of the starters for the Dragons, are going to be staying in the entire game, just because of the Dragons don't have a lot of depth, a lot of players on their team. But what that builds then, even though that they didn't get a score, they didn't win this game, but what that shows is that if they keep going, they're going to try things, they're going to find ways to win, and they will win games. They're just not going to be, they're going to have to just try different things rather more quickly. They tried that T formation in the back. There's some things that they tried to do more outside, try to dance around a little bit. So now they can look at the future and go, like, hey, if we run up the middle like we have, we're going to find success. We're going to win games.
The one time they ran with wide receivers split out to the left, their slot receiver ran uncovered down the field, and their quarterback just missed him for a long touchdown.
Yeah.
Could have put him on the board. So
Yeah, that's what the thing with the Grand Rapids. They're disciplined when they know that game plan. But once the Dragons deviated just a tiny bit from the game plan, Grand Rapids had a little bit of hard time adjusting, and they got lucky that pass got overthrown. But Grand Rapids going forward, they're going to take this win. They're going to learn from it. But I think the biggest thing they should take away is they need to be a little smarter on the field when it's a game plan, when they see something that wasn't part of the original game plan from the original team or the opposing team.
yeah, and next for Grand Rapids, next Friday, they are at Duluth Denfeld to take on the Hunters. Joe, hit us with some of the big plays, some of the stats from the first half, because that basically the first half was the game.
Yeah, you have, I think it was Jepson, like a 29-yard touchdown run. You got
Douglas Jesperson.
Yeah, Jesperson just dominated on that run. You got Trombley, a lot of eyes were on him. He came through with a big 34-yard pass, receiving pass there, and he came through with some solid runs to add things up. Didn't get any touchdowns, but then you got
McLeod Carlson.
McLeod Carlson, yeah.
Morgan McLeod Carlson.
Yeah, McLeod Carlson. He just came through and just shown what he can do. A 30-yard touchdown run, 47-yard touchdown pass that he caught. Just showing that even though a lot of eyes are on Trombley, that this Grand Rapids team is just not a one-dimension team. That they got some threat on the outside with that wide receiver.
Yeah, absolutely. This offense, it's based around the fullback. It's based around Jake Trombley and that fullback dive, and then those fakes to the fullback, and either the pitch is outside or the quarterback runs up the middle. And when you've got a guy like Jake Trombley, and then a backup like Jackson Thompson that comes in, you can do a lot of damage. Quick update, Mille Lacs 27, Deer River 7 there in the fourth quarter. Crosby Ironton 12, Greenway Nashwauk Keewatin 8. 4 minutes left in that game. So if you want to hear the end of that game, they are on J105 right now. So you can tune in to that real quick. Yeah, so from Grand Rapids, sorry, but my brain stopped for a second. I saw my youngest daughter was calling me. It means she's heading to bed and wants to say goodnight. She's calling me again. You know what? I'm just going to answer it real quick. Hey, Ryan, I'm on the radio. I can't talk right now, but I love you, okay? I'll talk to you in the morning. Okay, bye. Love you.
Yes.
All right. I didn't want to just leave her. She kept calling.
Yep.
I'm sure. I hope nobody has a problem with that.
Yeah.
And if they do,
It's okay.
I don't care at all.
Yeah. Some things I kind of talk a little bit real quick about coming back to the game here. Some things that kind of stood out to me. Let's talk a little bit of the beginning of that game, penalties.
Yeah, Grand Rapids got to clean that up because if you're playing against Cloquet, if you're playing against Hermantown, if you're playing against North Branch, if you're playing in meaningful playoff games and you start your first 2 drives of the game going backwards over and over and over, you might run into a lot more problems than you did against a Pine City team that was just physically overmatched.
Yep, Grand Rapids, when the players are out there, especially on that defense, they look disciplined. But if you're not disciplined on that other side of the ball, they had 3 false starts. They had a holding, a legal block. That was all in the first quarter. So they can knock that down. They can get things under control, get those jitters out. It doesn't matter if this is the first game of the season, 8th game of the season. You're going to get jitters, but you got to get those under control if you're going to go deep into the season. Another big shout out that we should talk about is 2 point after touchdowns. We got Toivonen,
Riley Toivonen,
2 for 2.
first female player in Grand Rapids varsity football history, nails 2 extra points in this game. First 2 points scored by a female in Grand Rapids football history. So very cool. Of course, John Toivonen's daughter, he called games with me last year, former Grand Rapids coach, former Grand Rapids player, and just done a ton for the Grand Rapids sports programs all across the board. Him and his family, his daughters. So congratulations to Riley. That is awesome. Everybody that sees her, give her a big high five, handshake, fist bump, whatever you want to do there. We're going to kick it back to the studio. Final again here from Grand Rapids, 47-0 over Pine City. Your Thunderhawks are 1-0. Tune in next Friday from the Duluth-Denfeld High School as the Thunderhawks take on the Hunters. For Joe Procopio, I'm Art Schoonmaker. You're listening to 93.1 1320 KOZY.
Good night.
Cool, man. All right. So I will pack everything up here. I'll get out of the booth so that they can clean up, and then I will record the recap and email it to you in about 20 minutes, okay? If that works for you. Cool. Thanks, Daniel. Nice chatting with you tonight. Nice job on your end, too, man. We'll see you next time.